is controversial is a gross understatement. In 1983, revealed that over 209 subjects, 81% had some knowledge of the subliminal advertising in a telephone survey published for the Journal of Advertising. By a margin of 2 to 1, subjects believed the usage of both was both harmful and unethical. Yeah. Back in the 80s, they actually thought that they made some sort of laws against this, by the way. But that would actually be violating the First Amendment free speech, which we still have, because you guys are still having a fucking fit about that. 5 suggested using the subliminal effects of billboards in outdoor advertising. Recent psychological tests have shown that the technique would elicit emotional reactions from the viewers, even through the actual mental processes responsible for it on an unconscious level. Yeah, it's the whole concept of color theory also. Partisan journalists kept battalions of writers busy influencing as well as informing the readers. In the early 1800s, a new element was added. Lithography, a cheap but simple method of reproducing pictures from stone, was imported from Europe, and suddenly political handbills blossomed on fences and walls. A deadly weapon of political warfare. Silencing Jackson, Henry Clay is shown stitching the president's lips during the battle over the Bank of the U.S. The Senate had censored Jackson, and he was wrathfully replied. Then Clay refused to let Jackson's retort be officially recorded in the Senate. They actually got somebody to thoroughly illustrate that. And yeah, they had to make multiple copies. What's even worse too is back then, since everything wasn't, just mainstreamed everywhere, they would specifically, this book goes into, they would send specific narratives to like the southern states and then specific ones to like the upper northern colony areas. So they were both getting different fucking sides of different stories that weren't even true. It was a lot easier. Now they just actually encourage that by safe spaces and shit. Yet again. My shirt. Right. Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto in fucking Capricorn is right now. Yeah. Fancy that. And then we've had the Uranus square. And the Uranus-Pluto conjunction in the 60s was the launch of the World Wide Web. Right. So now with the Uranus-Pluto square and Jupiter being associated with beliefs, making the T-square, they're combining this with this to condemn this, make you all fucking Nazis. You notice the red and black too, isn't that fascinating? Pretty sure Antifa's colors are red and black. Good color. Very intimidating colors. Definitely was my favorite before as well. So this makes it a Cancer. So a Cancer sun. I hate to insult all the Cancers out there. You guys are not known for your intelligence. That's why you're supposed to be empathetic. And if you happen to be one of those Cancers that has a lot of fire and air in your chart, then you're actually a complete emotionalist dipshit. And I apologize for that. Speaking of emotionalist dipshits, guess what sign the moon is for the United States? Well, it's in fact an air sign. Aquarius, which is a trauma signature. And that's where we get the whole rebel yell and, defiance bullshit, right? So, naturally, the moon is supposed to represent, so collectively, the entire United States citizens at large, the residual signature with their behavior would be paranoid, neurotic, delusional, confused, psychotic, defiant, and if I went and got the Diagnostic Statistical Manual for that, you'd be in lockdown, psychiatric lockdown. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty damn sure, and I've still fucking said that will be a mandatory thing with universal health care. They're just going to start finding reasons to lock people away. The same thing that people keep pointing out about Trump is the same issue with the United States as well. Uranus being in Gemini. Gemini is already a really fucking scary kind of archetype when we're talking about mental disorders and issues. Throw Uranus into that. So Aquarius is a trauma signature, has to do with neurosis. And then also Gemini is known for bipolar and psychotic shit. Both lack empathy and are usually cold. Don't seem to show any kind of compassion, which that's evident. Yeah, so the people themselves, actually, it's the 6th house that Uranus is in. 6th house for the USA's chart. Uranus in Gemini. So work and service and the mundane. So neurotic, psychotic, bipolar, lacking empathy, cold, the general public, everybody else. So funny enough, just as I was accusing everybody of projecting all their fucking really toxic, disgusting shit onto me a lot, the reason why you guys all hate Trump so much is because he's you.